there's Wiccans and Pagans out there, right?
Good morning, everybody. It's about 4:30 in the morning. I probably I haven't slept all night, and why not? I have a 4-day weekend. I wanted to talk about the Fox, you know what, if you're watching, the Fox News false reporting about pagans. There's a petition going around right now demanding an apology from Fox for their presumptuous reporting, false claims, self-righteous, condescending attitude while speaking about, well, pagans in general, but they speak about pagans and Wiccans as if those words are synonymous. And there's their first clue that they don't know what they're talking about. Because, you know, less than a minute of research will show that Wicca is just one specific form of paganism. I chose not to sign the petition for several reasons, actually. Look, first of all, this kind of talk is exactly what you know you're going to get from Fox News, okay? But not just Fox. And the thing is, sure, they're bigoted, they're biased, but so is MSNBC. You know, I don't go for either one. I don't go for either political side. I mean, if you're continually interested in truth, you're not going to find it on any televised news source. I mean, any people who watch, are familiar with my videos know that I've taken off that political lens because I don't want any filters. And I really don't like anything about one side more than the other. So you should expect this from Fox. You know, I mean, I also hear the same kind of self-righteous, presumptuous BS from other politically biased news. Well, there's no televised major media outlet that gives us accurate and unbiased reporting. It's just the way it is. That's one of the reasons why I don't watch TV anymore. Maybe most importantly, anyone who takes seriously what they see or hear on the news without corroborating their own research from multiple sources, including independent observations, if they can be found, deserves to be lied to again and again and again. And I mean that. As long as there are people who are continuously welcoming the big lie with open arms, again and again and again, they deserve to be lied to. I'm sorry. Look into, it's like anything you want to know the truth about. You may never get it. What matters is you look for it, and you read about it, and you hear about it from as many different sources as possible. I'm going to back up. I don't like that light on my face. It gets brighter up here. Yeah, that's no good. I'm offended by far too many statements from not just the major media outlets, but on television and on the radio in general. I'd have to sign petitions for so many things. I mean, I'm talking about spending all my time signing petitions. And I do sign some. But every time you turn on the news on television, I mean, you're being misinformed. You just are. I mean, it might be intentional or just because a given reporter happens to be ignorant of the facts. But I see no reason to care what opinions are passed off on Fox News about pagans, because they're just that, opinions. And expected ones, you know, and any more than I care for the equally flawed and often hateful hypocrisies that come from the left. I mean, okay, who cares what Fox thinks? I would find it more offensive to receive a demanded apology from them, because it's even more insincere than the stuff they usually give us. And I'm not trying to talk anybody else out of it. Good, I mean, in fact, good for you. Do it, stand up for what you want, but that's what this is all about. I understand Tucker Carlson apologized on his Twitter account, but you see what I mean? That's so obviously a kind of a have-to thing. He doesn't have to show his face there. It's just, well, here they go. They see the words, I'm sorry. They're there. Nothing was accomplished, you know? They don't care. I mean, and I'm using MSNBC because they represent the opposite end of the spectrum, but any news outlet that has chosen to remain in a fixed, political ideology is in that same move, choosing to ignore any portions of the truth that don't happen to coincide with what they stand for. And that means the truth is going to be edited. I don't want that done in any way. So forget them both. I think Fox's viewers will just, as far as this goes, they'll just smirk and nod approvingly and feel their own static ideals reinforced. Just like MSNBC's faithful viewers do every time one of their henchmen blames Bush for everything. Sure, people deserve to know the truth about paganism and pagan holidays as far as this particular topic goes, but do they want to know? Do they want to? Unfortunately, most of them do not. Try explaining to Fox News or anybody, not any Christian, but many of them. I can't generalize Christians. I stand firmly opposed to Christianity, the religion, but I'm wide open to all kinds of individuals in Christians themselves. I'm not going to generalize people. I don't think it's right to do that about any massive group of people. So I want to make that clear. I stand against the religion, not the people that follow it in general, because there are good things about it. But try explaining to them, the origins of their own religion and holidays and the factual pagan roots of either. Many of them do not want to hear it, and that's the case with Fox News. They would rather just continue saying, well, that's nonsense, what are you talking about? Even though they're unwilling to offer a counter argument. I think anyone interested in truth, the full, real truth, as it is, rather than how much it does or does not coincide with currently held political stances, either will not be regular viewers of such shows or will also take into account other sources as well. Anyways, just wanted to get my thoughts out there. I've been asked a few times why I don't want to sign the petition. Didn't seem to make sense coming from a wholehearted pagan like me, and so I wanted to explain it to everybody all at once. I want to point out one thing here.
Right, and somehow if you're a Christian in this country, too, that you can't say Merry Christmas to somebody, or else you're trying to push your Christian faith on other people.
Okay, she's right about that. That's a very valid point. But why should Christians continually have more of a right to be offended by this kind of thing than pagans? That's the question we're left with. Especially considering how much of their holidays and ritualistic practices were stolen from pagan ones. I almost said borrowed or derived from rather than stolen, but that would be editing the truth. And like many fellow pagans, I'd like to know what these 20 holidays are.
Right, but you get 20 holidays now if you're a Wiccan at, I mean, I guess that's the one to go with, right? I mean, that's certainly the one. If you're going to pick one, go the one with the most holidays.
Except any religion whose most sacred day is Halloween, I just can't take seriously. I mean, call me a bigot. And I'm not, you know, not offering an editorial against Wiccanism.
Most video responses to this kind of thing essentially say the same thing. Well, I can tell you 8. I mean, I could probably tell you, you know, the other 12, but they would be meaningless to others, not just other pagans. I'm talking about, you know, personal holidays, days that I consider holy for personal reasons, things that would have nothing to do with it. In other words, there are no 20 holidays. Please, where did the 20 come from? That specific number came to you. Who was it that said that? Was it Tucker or was it the other guy? The other guy, the guy on the right.
There was some backlash a number of years ago against Wiccans, and I remember I had to do a story, and I went and interviewed a number of Wiccans, and they say, look, we are the most peaceful individuals. We don't practice crazy things. We're just of the earth.
Yeah, him. He started to seem like he was leaning towards being, at least an attempt at being somewhat remotely respectable, and then he got reeled back in by Tucker towards the end.
We believe in...
I think that's right. Every Wiccan I've ever known is either a compulsive Dungeons and Dragons player or is a middle-aged, twice-divorced older woman living in a rural area who works as a midwife.
And likes a lot of incense.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Unfortunately, it's not going to stop. Keep doing what you can do on an individual level. That's all any of us can ultimately do anyways. We can band together but in cause, but we can also act individually, strongly to inform people. It's a good reason to have a YouTube account. Broadcast your thoughts and your truth to the world. Inform people. I think that about does it for this subject. Thanks for watching.